Hi everyone, my name is Azar Ali. I'm currently a second year mathematics major and computer science major at FIU. I'm also the director of a mentorship program called Mentor FIU at FIU. It's a mentorship program that is designed to pair upperclassmen students with lowerclassmen students and pair them together for mentorship and guidance into tech. Being the director of Mentor FIU, I've had the privilege of speaking to various recruiters from different companies who are looking for different software developers, such as Lyft, Facebook, State Farm, the list goes on. Whenever I talk to a recruiter from one of these companies, they always say the same thing. Even though FIU students are qualified to work at these tech companies if they were just based on their personality and based on their work ethic, they would more than likely get the job or the internship that they are looking for. But however, there is one typical hurdle and obstacle that keeps FIU students from making it to their point that they want. And what is that? Well, that is the technical interview. So, what is the technical interview? Well, a technical interview, also known as a whiteboarding interview, is an interview where candidates are required to solve a series of problems in a given amount of time. And their goal is to solve these problems as efficiently as possible and their job is to work with the recruiter in order to get the problem right. Typically, technical interviews serve as the gateway from getting into one of these companies, such as Facebook, Google. All of these tech companies, they require you to pass the technical interview in order to move forward with their company. However, many candidates are not often prepared for these sorts of interviews. Whether it's a lack of preparation or they get nervous during the actual interview, there are a wide variety of reasons why candidates are not typically prepared enough. So now that we understand what technical interviews are, we now have to ask ourselves questions that will allow us to get to the root of the problem and be able to solve it. We will be asking ourselves two major questions that will allow us to break them down into subproblems and allow us to analyze each of those subproblems so that we can identify the problem as best as possible. First of all, what is holding technical students back from performing their best during technical interviews? Are students typically confident enough in the topics that are being discussed during interviews? Also, do students feel like they have the resources or they have the tools that they need to succeed in technical interviews? What would students like to have accessible to them for these technical interviews? Well, in order to get these answers from these students, I'm planning on sending out a survey to computer science students at FIU through various student clubs such as UPE, ACM, WIX. These are different student organizations that are at FIU that serve tech students, and I plan on sending them through these group chats and also through various computer science students that I know, and ask them the questions through a Google form, completely anonymous, so that they're free to answer these questions confidently. This will also be done so that we could get their most honest responses and that we could also ask students who have gone internships at different companies, what exactly did they do to prepare for these different internships? Did they set a curriculum for themselves? Did they do any extra training? Did they use resources provided by FIU? What exactly did they do and how did it help them? The second question I plan on asking is what resources are currently at place at FIU to help students with technical interviews? And this question can be broken down into two subproblems. The first of all being, what exactly is the Career and Talent Services Office at FIU doing to help students with technical interviews? And two, is the material that is being taught to students in computer science classes at FIU, such as data structures, algorithms classes, introductory programming classes, are they being taught to the point where students could not only learn the conceptual topics from these classes, but also be able to apply them for interviews? Are they being taught in that matter? Well, how will we find out this information? We can figure this out by contacting the departments of these departments, such as through email, through phone, any way that we can get access to an administrator and ask them various questions on how they are helping their students edify. In order to start getting to the root of how we can solve this problem, we must understand the answers to these questions. Therefore, if you would like to help me embark on this journey to figuring out how we can help students at FIU ACE technical interviews, please vote for my idea in the voting form. Thank you all so much and have a great day.